Even if someone else is doing their thing does not prevent you from doing your thing. You're internalizing that I deserve to be at that table, that this is not just for other people. I deserve to have that seat, right? And that's that kind of abundance mindset. That was a lesson I learned very early on, and it always stuck with me. And even if I was not doing what I'm doing now as a real estate broker, I would definitely be doing some form of investing in real estate. That was always just beat into me that this is the way you grow money in America.
You're number 11 in North Carolina, which is amazing. How did you get there? Like, did you come from a wealthy family? Like, did you already, you're already in real estate? Or what made you into this person? How did you get there?
Yeah, that's a really great question. No, did not come from a wealthy family. My mom was a English school teacher. My dad was a fireman. But what I did get from them was knowing the power of real estate. So wherever they lived, they would buy it and they would rent it out. So they had a little small kind of portfolio of rental homes when I was growing up. And we would go in there, change out the carpet and paint the walls, and they were doing everything themselves. And it was always how you elevate your life in America was through real estate.
Wow.
And so that was a lesson I learned very early on, and it always stuck with me. And even if I was not doing what I'm doing now as a real estate broker, I would definitely be doing some form of investing in real estate. That was always just beat into me that this is the way you grow money in America.
That's thank God for your parents, first and foremost.
No, I know.
Not everyone knows that or learns that.
Well, a lot of times people have parents that are actually quite honestly a detriment to them getting into the marketplace. And I'm glad that my parents didn't have that baggage. They have seen the power of real estate and they understood that that was the easiest way to change your family's life. And so they instilled that into me. But I see a lot of parents that get that. And I see other parents who are, no, don't do it. It's scary. You might risk something. But in order to kind of solidify your life here in this country, you have to be able to risk something.
Right.
You can't always play it safe.
Yes to all of that.
So.
Leads me to my next question. Your parents taught you so much, but what did you have to unlearn in your journey of wealth creation and to become this person?
I'll learn that, I think for me, just having the confidence in yourself to know that you deserve this, that this is not just for other people, just internalizing that I deserve to be at that table. I deserve to have that seat, right? And that's that kind of abundance mindset as well. Even if someone else is doing their thing does not prevent you from doing your thing.
Winning isn't binary. I think that's what a lot of people think is like, if that person's winning, then I'm losing. Or if I'm winning, they're losing. I think
there
we
is
can
so
all
much
win.
more to go around. And it's amazing when you close off your mind, how nothing happens. But when you open it up and you're looking for opportunity, it's amazing how that opportunity just comes right through the door. I think just kind of internalizing that confidence factor on you deserve this, you put the time in, now let's get the results.
Okay, so yes, I love the way that you think, but for the people who are listening who are still living in scarcity, so let's pretend like scarcity is a physical place, right? And you have to make the move from scarcity to the land of abundance.
Yeah.
How did you make that move? What was the first thing that you were like, it clicked for you, where like, oh, I can't stay in scarcity?
I think seeing the people that I looked up to and seeing the people that were supposed to be these, big brokers and had these big numbers and on this pedestal, and you meet them and you talk to them and you realize they're just a normal person. And in many respects, they weren't exactly that awesome. They were fine, they were good, but they were not exceptional. And that you can get on that level. But sometimes we put people on this pedestal that's almost unreachable. And then when you meet them, you're like, you're all right. You're not what I thought you were. And so I think just that opening of my mind to that made me realize, yeah, you can do this and you definitely can make this thing happen.
Which is a great segue to, let's say someone's listening to this and they're a first-time home buyer and they think it's not attainable, or to your point, they thought it was for somebody else. And what would you say, like, how would you coach them, or what would you say to them to get into purchasing real estate?
I would say this has been the number one wealth creator that a normal American has had forever. It is the only one, because you had to look at, most people do not own stocks, right? Most people do not have businesses that they can pull on and pull income out of. Their home is their number one investment opportunity. It is the one way to have a forced savings account to where you buy a home and over time it goes up in value. We can look at the last 80 years and it
Right.
goes up over time. And you have blips, you have ups and downs, but overall, if you buy and hold real estate, you will be in a better spot on the back end of it. Once you understand that, which other generations have definitely understood that, and you see where most of the wealth in this country is in boomers' hands, right?
Mhm.
And it's not because they opened up all the businesses or they did this. They owned real estate and they were able to ride a productive way for the last 50 years of nothing but almost nothing but growth in the real estate market.
So that's a great point, because I know that there's a lot of people that go, maybe I missed a boat, right? I should have purchased when interest rates were low, or I wish that like I was my parents' age because they got all the great deals.
Right.
What do you have to say to them who are like, I don't know if I could do it because maybe it's not the right time?
Get in. The best thing you can ever do is get in. Get in now, because you have to get in the game to see those gains, right? You cannot wait on the sideline and try to time it. And we see that in the stock market. Get in and wait. That's the number one thing I would tell somebody there. You're trying to time it. And here's the deal. We can look back. Every time somebody has told me real estate is expensive, fast forward 4 years, and then we will be begging to go back to 2020 or 2019,
Right.
when they told you that, oh my gosh, the market's too hot, it's going to collapse, prices won't go up, and then they go up 200%.
Yeah. for
Now,
sure.
I literally have clients that have 400 or 500 apartments. They own their own. And so, but we're churning a wide swath of Americans into a renter's nation. And if you don't get your first home, you can't get your second, and you cannot climb up that economic ladder. And that's always been what this whole American dream was about.
Yeah. What are some of the wealthiest clients that you have? What are they doing differently that you wish more people knew to do?
They don't hesitate. They don't hesitate. They see something, they see a deal, they see a home, they move on it. They are not hand wringing and waiting for the perfect moment or waiting for this magical opportunity to come about. They see it, they believe in it, they buy it. And they don't wait, they don't hesitate. And so often you miss out on opportunities, whether it be with the stock market, whether it's a cryptocurrency, whether it is a housing market, because you're too busy analyzing every ounce of the deal. If someone else jumps in and they go ahead and buy it, and then they ride that wave up. And like I tell people, these people are not smarter than you. They just are decisive and they act. And they let the market do the work for them. They're not doing anything different than you or anything that we all cannot be doing. They buy it, they see it, they buy it, and they wait.
My mentor once told me, make a decision and then make it the right one. It doesn't matter what decision you make.
Right.
My last question for you is, I feel like you spent a lot of time working on yourself, right? How much money, how much time did you spend in self-development to create the person that you are?
I mean, I think that there really can't be any limit to how much you will spend to be the best version of yourself. We spend money on a lot of dumb things and we don't think of it in those terms.
Right.
But when it's something that is, it's amazing how we ask that question, right? But then we never ask, well, how much money did you just waste buying Jordans? How much money did you waste buying clothes, right? How much money did you waste drinking at the bar every week, right? But when it comes to self-improvement, we start penny pinching and counting dollars. With self-improvement, it's not just one thing. It's an everyday journey, and you're never complete. I mean, you always have to continue on, whether it's a workshop, whether it's networking. Every day is about being better than the last day. And I can't even put a number on it, because to be quite honest with you, if you're not getting better as a person, what's the point?
That part. Riddle me that, Batman. I think that's what this experience is about, right? Is always getting better and being the best version of you that you can be. So I just want to thank you for coming on the podcast. It is an honor and pleasure just to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Continue to work on yourself, because I feel like we're all benefiting from this experience.
I appreciate it. Cheers. Thanks so much. Thank you. I really appreciate the work you guys are doing. It's awesome.
Thank you.